Martin.
Something in your kiss just told me.
There was one time when he sang a song, and it was just great. And I said to him, I said, Dean, that was great. And then I saw this little boy in Dean Martin, a little tiny boy who was getting complimented by me. And he said, was it? He had no protection at that moment, and he was as in need of a compliment as I was, as you were, as we all were.
In 1970, he co-starred as the pilot in the disaster classic Airport. He was as big a draw as ever in his nightclub act, but his busy schedule took its toll on his marriage, and in 1973, he and his wife Jeannie divorced. A year later, his television series ended as well.
Ladies and gentlemen, with great pride, I give you America's favorite comedian, Mr. Jack Benny.
Dean continued on TV until the early 80s, hosting his celebrity roast specials.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm in the most difficult position of any personality that has ever been roasted on the Dean Martin Show, because nearly everything they said about me is true.
I have a friend who loves what you do every year and who just wanted to come out and say, would you send my friend out, please? Where is he? We just send him out here. Come here.
But perhaps the most unforgettable moment of Dean's career happened on Labor Day weekend, 1976. It was an event Martin and Lewis fans had been hoping for 20 years.
It was the thrill of my life to have him stand there next to me.
After the telethon, the former partners continued going in their separate ways for another decade. And then a tragic event occurred that would reunite them once again. On March 20th, 1987, Dean's son, Captain Dino Martin Jr., a pilot in the Air National Guard, was reported lost during maneuvers. What was left of the plane was found on the side of a mountain. A few days later, Dino Jr. was laid to rest with a military funeral.
Now, there are a lot of people that showed up. Friends of the boy and of the family. And a guy showed up that I saw out of the corner of my eye and stood in the back. He didn't make his presence known, but he wanted to be there. It was Jerry. And he left. He didn't go over to Dean. He didn't want any cameramen from 100 feet away taking pictures of the two of them together.
Later that night, Dean's agent and closest friend, Mort Viner, told him that Jerry had been at the funeral.
And Dean just looked at Mort and he went, "Can you get him on the phone?" Mort said, "Sure." Went in the other room, he got him on the phone, and he called Dean. He said, "Jerry's on the line." Dean went in the other room, and we saw, how the extensions are. One light is, something is lit up on the phone, and he talked to Jerry for 20, 25 minutes. And the light went out. And then we waited for about 15, 20 minutes until he came out. And then he came out. And he looked at us and he went, I just thanked him.
Do you know how long I've been waiting in this goddamn wing here? Do you know
A few years later, in 1989, Dean and Jerry appeared on stage for their last time together. The occasion was Dean's 72nd birthday.
I am here to present you with this happy birthday cake for 72 years of joy that you've given to the world. And why we broke up, I'll never know.
Me either.
I have no idea what happened.
It's because I was a Jew and you were a Dago.
No, you're the Dago. I'm the Jew.
Oh,
in the few years following his last appearance with Jerry, Dean seldom made public appearances. When Frank Sinatra tried to get him back to work with a reunion of the Rat Pack, Dean's heart just wasn't in it. After only a few performances, he left the tour. Many of his closest friends believe Dean never totally recovered from the loss of Dino Jr. By 1991, he gave up performing for good.
We see each other, and I have dinner with him just about every Saturday night. And it's just as if it was the first week. I don't know how to explain that. But if ever there were pain, there was always much more laughter and love.
Everybody finds somebody someplace.
We had a genius in our midst, unrecognized, probably unfulfilled, and more than likely the most underrated, greatest straight man that ever lived.
That someplace.
It's such a pleasure these days to be able to speak of Dad, because there's been a quiet period since Vegas ended, since the shows ended. I feel that has not been able to appreciate how everyone loves him and cares for him.
I don't know of any more honest performer in show business than Dean. And the audience knew, they felt his honesty.
The guy that I know, the guy that I've spent the last 30 years with, is the sweetest, kindest, most gentle human being I've ever known in my life.
Take care of yourselves, and remember, everybody loves somebody, and I love all of you. So good night. She's a beautiful bareback rider who's going to ride a horse with no clothes on. So you better send your kids to bed unless you want them to see a horse with no clothes on.
Can I help you, sir?
Yeah, I'm in the market for a wife.
Ah, wife. Good. New or used, sir?
I haven't made up my mind.
Well, let me tell you, you've come to the right place. I'm Swingin' Sam, the wife-swapping man. I got models in all shapes, sizes, colors, and body styles. All fully guaranteed 5 years and 50,000 smiles. Now, you step right into the showroom, and we'll see what we can do. Sir? Right this way, sir.